Good day, everyone. Welcome back to this video. At this time, we'll be talking about motion in 1 to 2 dimensions. Particularly, let's have first a review of our previous discussions. We have here what we call mechanics. When we say mechanics, that simply talks about the study of, it's a branch of physics which deals with the study of the relationships among the forces, matter, and we have here the motion. Yung pag-uusapan natin dito is tatlo lang. We have here the forces, which is the push and pull of an object. You have the matter or any object, and you have the motion. So under this mechanics, we have here what we call the categories. Kung baga, we have here what we call kinematics. So kung sasabihin natin kinematics, that's a motion without considering the forces. Since sa mechanics natin, yung pag-uusapan dito is just the forces, matter, and motion. So sa tatlo na yun na mention ko is, kung sasabihin natin kinematics, ang pag-uusapan lang doon is particularly you have the motion only. So it's just one thing without considering the forces. We will neglect in this topic about kinematics yung force. So it's just the focus is the motion and of course the matter, which is our object. Next is we have also the dynamics. For the dynamics, combination na to siya, we have the motion and forces. So particularly under the dynamics is we have the what we call kinetics. So sa kinetics natin, which is in the later what do you call that chapters of this mechanics na subject or topic. So the example for that is the force is equal to mass times acceleration. So kumbaga meron ng motion at meron ding forces. So i-escape lang muna natin to siya kasi sa next chapter pa to siya. Next, we have also the statics. So sa statics, kung sa kinetics merong motion, sa dynamics is motion plus force na mga relationship nila. Sa statics natin is we have only the what we call forces. So ibig sabihin yung object natin dito or yung matter natin is at rest. So kung sabihin natin at rest, it's in equilibrium. So it's not moving. So there's no motion involved in our statics because in equilibrium man, so it means ano yung mga forces dyan. Why is it na stationary siya? Or tinatawag natin dito na balance forces or the equilibrium ng mga forces. So the main focus of this video is simply since by the topic, so you have the motion in 1 to 2 dimensions. So motion lang yung pag-uusapan natin dito. So dito tayo sa focus natin na kinematics, which is motion without considering the forces. So we have discussed already the difference between the distance and displacement, kung saan doon yung vector, which is the displacement, and we have also the velocity and the speed, and also the acceleration. So particularly in this video, we'll be dealing with motion with constant acceleration. So ano yung ibig sabihin ng motion with constant acceleration? So let us define first what is a motion. So when we say emotion, a motion is that is just the continuous change of continuous change of your position. So if you have an object and pabago-bago yung position niya continuously, so masasabi natin na that object is in motion. So for example, we have here in the illustration. So for example, meron tayong object. Ito, represented by that. This one. So if from point A, point B, point C, point D, point E, so pabago-bago yung position niya, we can say that the object is in motion. So yan yung ibig sabihin ng motion natin dito. Pero in a special case, sinabi dito, motion with constant acceleration. So ano ibig sabihin ng constant? So sabihin natin constant at any point A, B, C, D, E, the same lang yung acceleration niya. Okay, so let's define deeper. So the simplest kind of accelerated motion is straight line motion with constant acceleration. So kung sasabihin natin straight line, it could be horizontal or vertical, no? So straight line, other word for that is yung tinatawag na rectilinear. So kung sinabing rectilinear motion, that's just straight line motion. So we are dealing with, it could be sa this video is you have the horizontal motion lang, so straight. And the next topic we'll be dealing with um, free fall, which is in vertical motion. Okay? So again, kung sasabihin natin, motion with constant acceleration, the velocity, it talks about the velocity here, changes at the same rate. So the same rate, ha? So kung sabihin natin velocity, what would be its speed at particular time? So kung may mga changes ng velocity natin from point A, B, C, D, E, kapag the same lang yun siya, whatever be, kung diri na dito na portion, ni paspas ba siya or ni hinay diri siya, o ni paspas na pod. Pero sinabi man dito na changes of your velocity, the same rate lang man daw all throughout the motion from point A to point B. Ibig sabihin, whatever be the changes of your velocity from point A to B, B to C, blah blah blah, hangtod sa point E, kapag the same lang yung rate niya dyan, ibig sabihin from point A to point B, you have your acceleration. From point B to point C, you have your acceleration. And as mentioned, kung sasabihin constant, yung acceleration from point A to B is just equal to the acceleration from point B to C. Yan yung sinasabi dito na constant. Okay? Likewise, from point C to D, and then point D to E, of course, there are changes of your velocity from point C, D, E. So from point C to D, you have an acceleration. From point D to E, you have also an acceleration. But as we have seen here in our illustration, yung acceleration from point A, B, C, D, E, it's just the same. Ibig sabihin, yan yung sinasabi dito na constant acceleration. Nakuha. So whatever be the changes, the same yung acceleration niya, so which is represented by this one A natin dito. And then our direction is going to the positive x direction. Okay? So ngayon, if this is the case, motion with constant acceleration, dito na papasok yung sinasabi dito sa atin na kinematics. Ito siya. You have here the kinematics. So we are dealing here the motion without considering the forces. So ano yung motion dyan? So kung sinasabi natin motion, we will be dealing with the different physical quantities na involved dyan sa ating motion na yan. So what are those physical quantities, by the way? So just remember, in our previous discussion, we have x, which is a representation of our displacement. So when you say displacement, meron siyang magnitude and meron siyang direction. Okay? So remember these physical quantities in the form of our variables. Xi natin, x sub I is your subscript there. So that's initial displacement. Xf, final displacement. Kung sinasabing change of your displacement or change of position, that is just delta x. Okay? Delta representation of your change. So by formula, ang ibig sabihin ng change of your displacement is just the final position minus the initial position. Nakuha. Also, in the case of our velocity, so yung velocity natin is v. Initial velocity vi, that is initial velocity. Vf, yung final velocity. So kung sasabihin natin change of velocity, so you have delta v is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity. Okay? So dalawang variables or physical quantities. Also, sa motion natin, we have to consider also the time. And our time here is represented by small letter t. And since ang ating focus dito is horizontal motion pa man, so we have the a sub x, which is we are talking about acceleration along x-axis. Okay, so yung acceleration natin is represented by small letter a. Okay, so ngayon, if we try to graph our tawag dito, our velocity versus time, so we have here x and y axis. So ating y axis, let us say that is your v velocity, and then sa x axis natin you have your t. Okay, so at initial velocity, let us say dito siya, and then hanggang sa final velocity, let us say dito. And then from time is equal to 0. 0 man to kasi origin. Hanggang doon sa time, no specified time, basta kay palaki na palaki yung time dito. So ibig sabihin, if we connect that one, v versus t man yan. So yung from initial to final, na velocity and then initial to final time. If we connect from this point going to that point, makaform tayo ng one diagonal line, straight line. Okay? So when we graph velocity versus time, you have formed this straight line. And this is straight line, of course, sa ating algebra. That's just the slope. Okay, and we know by definition that the slope is rise over run. So ano yung rise dito? Of course, we're talking about rise. Yung pasaka diri. That is velocity. So yung rise natin from initial to final. So simply, rise is just final Vf minus Vi. That is your rise. Okay? So yung run natin dito, ito, run, which is your x. So from T final minus T initial. And we know that this T initial is 0 kasi dito nag-start yung origin, di ba? So we can just simply cancel this out, Ti. So that will become Tf minus 0. So this is 0 now. Or we can just simply write Vf minus Vi over T, which is our acceleration. Nakuha. So ibig sabihin, in our graph, we have seen the relationship ng ating mga physical quantities here in our motion with constant acceleration. So we can have here the relationship. Okay. So let's continue with this. Since we have learned already the relationship of these physical quantities, the displacement, the velocity, the time, and the acceleration, dyan napapasok yung sinasabi dito na kinematic equation. So dito sa kinematic equations natin, meron tayong apat. So kung sasabihin natin kinematic equations, that is just the relationship. So applicable to siya sa mga problem solving na nag-involve ng acceleration na constant, yung dito. So yung changes of your velocity here, dito, from any point of that, kapag the same lang or constant yung acceleration, so ma-apply natin itong tinatawag na kinematic equation. Nakuha. So let's discuss further with this kinematic equation. So kung sasabihin natin kinematic equation, meron to siyang derivation from the graph that we have last meeting. So after deriving, so we have obtained the four kinematic equation that you need to memorize. So the first kinematic equation is you have Vf, which is our final velocity, is equal to Vi, which is initial velocity, plus acceleration times time. Okay. Next is we have Xf, or final displacement minus or final position, is equal to initial position, plus VIT, which is final initial velocity times time, plus 1/2 AT squared. Yung A natin dito is along X muna. So horizontal motion yung pinag-uusapan muna natin dito. So, dito rin sa third equation, you have Vf squared is equal to Vi squared plus 2a times delta x. And we know that delta x is just this one, xf minus xi. So, you can just substitute ito siya dito sa delta x natin. Kasi sa ibang textbooks, xf minus xi, sinulat lang din na delta x para mas madali siya may memorize. So, sa fourth equation that we have is xf minus xi or delta x is equal to 1 half Vi or initial velocity plus final velocity times time. Okay? So, importantly dito sa equation, you know what's the meaning of Vi, Vf, A, T, and xi and xf. So, that is in our kinematic equation. So, kailan ba siya gagamitin natin if we encounter a problem solving? So, ngayon, I have drawn here parang table type. So, meron tayong delta x, Vi, Vf, acceleration, and time. So, ano yung nakamarka dyan ng mga red? Okay, so let's have it here. So, kapag sa problem solving, yung present lang ng mga variables are meron si Vi, Vf, acceleration, and time, and hindi given yung delta x, or I mean, it's not mentioned in the problem. So, ibig sabihin, itong apat lang na variables or physical quantities yung i-deal mo. So, kapag hindi na-mention or wala talaga sa yung delta x doon sa problem, you will be using the first equation. Kasi as you could see in the first equation, meron ka lang Vf, Vi, A, and T. So, walang delta x. So, ibig sabihin, kapag wala doon naka-mention, you will use equation number 1. Or simply this one kasi pwede mo ito mag-rumble ng equations. Okay? So, for equation number 2, alin dito yung wala or excluded in the problem. So, xf, xi, Vi, T, A, and T. So, merong x, delta x, xi, xf. Kung sinasabi natin delta x, simply, yun na yung delta xi and xf, initial and final displacement or position. So, sa equation number 2, merong delta x, merong delta Vi, pero walang Vf na naka-mention. Merong acceleration at merong T. Of course, in every problem solving, ang mga variables talaga, ma-mention yan siya. So the technique in solving problems in physics is you have to write first the given. So in this case, kapag hindi sinabi or it was not mentioned, the velocity final is not mentioned. So, ibig sabihin, present to mga variables na to or physical quantities. Okay? So you will be using equation number 2. Also, for equation number 3, ano yung variable na wala dyan? So, merong V, merong A, merong delta x. So, ibig sabihin, yung wala is si time. So, kapag sa problem solving, hindi na-mention yung time, only these physical quantities, itong apat na naka-check dito. So, yan yung equation na gagamitin natin. Okay? Para dili na maglibog kung ano yung equation na gagamitin. So, for the final equation, delta xf minus xi or delta x itong dalawa because we have here delta x is equal to 1 half Vi plus Vf. So, ano yung wala dito? Merong x, merong Vi, Vf, merong t. So, ibig sabihin yung acceleration yung wala. Okay? So, yung given na mga variables dapat sa problem or yung na-mention lang is you have the delta x, Vi, Vf, and t. So, since 4 man yung given na variables, either one sa kanila sa apat na physical quantities or variable is the missing one. So, for example, sa equation number 4, sinabi doon yung displacement, sinabi doon yung Vi, sinabi yung Vf, sinabi yung t. So, probably si t yung hinahanap given yung tatlo. Okay? So, yan lang kung paano natin i-deal ang ating kinematic equations because we will be applying these kinematic equations in a problem solving for our examples.